You want to build your relationship with your higher self? Check out this video where I'll be sharing a deeper look into the concept of a higher self and how you can build this relationship to support you in your life. Let's start with who or what is your higher self? Well, who are you really? You're more than a physical body. You are a spiritual being. You don't just have a spirit, you are spirit. So if you are an infinite spiritual being operating this physical body, you can think of it as like your physical body is like a rental vehicle that your infinite self is operating to experience life here in the physical. And there are some conditions or limitations that come with being in the physical. That's part of having a physical body is limitation. And when we're living our life, often we identify more with our physical body and we forget that we're infinite spiritual beings. And we start to maybe see that as a concept, but we really live from the perspective that this physical body is who I am. But you are infinite. You're an infinite being. And it can be hard to wrap your mind around infinity. It's something, it's difficult for us to comprehend infinity. So let's look at what does that mean? How can we start to expand our mind to comprehend the essence of who we truly are? One of my favorite quotes from the founder of the Modern Mystery School, Gunison, is, "You are an infinite spiritual being. You have never been born, and therefore you can never die." Consider that. The real you, the essence of who you are, has never been born. You have always existed, and you will always continue to exist. That's the core essence of you, who you are as spirit. So when we talk about our higher self, this is a way that we can conceptualize the infinite self, the infinite you, your core essence, your spiritual infinite being. We can conceptualize that as a higher self. That's you as spirit, beyond our limited ways of thinking that we take on while we're here in the physical. Now imagine, what would life look like if you were living as your higher self? How would things be different? What do you think? I feel like if you were living as your higher self, if I was living as my higher self, I would not get caught up in the little things. I would have a higher perspective on life and be able to see the bigger picture and not get thrown off by the little things in life. I would have a lot more confidence in myself and not worry about what other people think. I would have a depth of compassion. I would be able to forgive and not take things personally. And so imagining how I would live as my higher self, I feel like life would be a lot better. Life would be full of more that sense of what really is important in life and being able to build a life with more joy, having more clarity, being able to live in alignment with what brings me fulfillment in life and not getting wrapped up in the fears and the drama of life. It can really be something that can take us out. And so having that higher perspective can help us navigate the challenges of life and overcome, and to stay in balance, to stay true to ourselves, to navigate. Not that life is going to be easy, but we would have that higher perspective to help lift us up out of all of the muck that comes in life and be able to navigate through it with clarity, with a sense of purpose, and overcome whatever it is that we face. Knowing that we are whole, that we are infinite, that this is just a part of our experience, but it's not the big picture. And so living as your higher self would be, I would imagine for most of us, a vastly different experience if we really embodied our higher self all of the time. So what gets in the way of that? Why aren't we living as our higher self all the time? If that's who you are, why aren't we living that way day to day? So this question, why am I not living as my higher self? This is something that we really dive into in the Empower Thyself program and the path of initiation within the Modern Mystery School. This path is really specialized to help us embody more, to live as our higher self more in our lives. And it all starts with the Empower Thyself 2-day class and initiation, where you learn tools to really support you in this. And so what gets in the way? Often, what gets in the way of living as our higher self is the things that we've taken on in life, our own subconscious programming, the coping mechanisms that we've developed. These are things that we've developed throughout our life to fit in, to get by, to cope with life and the challenges of life that can get in between who we really are and how we're operating in our life. We can be operating more on autopilot or just reacting to things and have that disconnect from ourselves and that deeper foundation of who we are. And we might be living for external expectations, so how we think we should be based on the feedback we've had from people around us in our lives, family or society, and we think, well, this is what it means to be successful, or this is what it means to be a good person, and we try to live up to that, and we're perhaps not really listening to who we are and what's going to bring us fulfillment in life, what it means to, have healthy boundaries, to really have self-respect, and to hold that standard for ourselves, and to have that respect for everybody that we encounter in life, and to have that love, that self-love for ourselves. We're not always taught that in life, and so we try to get by as best we can, but there's a disconnect between our mindset and how we are operating. Our perspective is coming from that limited place rather than that awareness of who you are as spirit. When we allow our subconscious programming to run the show, the results are usually not very good. We create a lot more pain and suffering, and we're disconnected from what really is going to bring us the most joy and fulfillment and that sense of purpose in life. So what can we do to build that relationship with our higher self? Because that relationship with your higher self is really key. It's going to help strengthen that awareness of yourself, of who you are, that true you, to get to know thyself. And to strengthen that relationship is going to give you that support. Your higher self can be that mentor to you through life. Your higher self is you as spirit. And to strengthen that relationship is to strengthen that connection so that you can have that clarity, that depth of wisdom and understanding of who you are to navigate life from that perspective, from that place of who you truly are. This is a key to creating joy in life and creating that sense of purpose and fulfillment. So here I'd like to share 3 things that you can do to build your relationship with your higher self. Number 1 is to remember that your higher self is you. So as you're living life and you come up with challenges before you, you come up in a situation where you feel like you could use that support, you can ask, what would my higher self do? And asking this question can help to shift our perspective, to open our minds to connecting into that higher perspective where we can have more compassion, more understanding, and respond to situations from that place rather than just reacting. It's then your choice on what action you want to take. But asking the question, taking a moment to pause and ask the question, what would my higher self do, gives you that opportunity to have that higher perspective and then make that choice. How do you want to respond? Do I want to respond from the understanding of my higher self, or do I want to just react with whatever my negative ego is triggered and reacting from that emotional place or that triggered place? Or do I want to take that higher perspective and respond from that place, which often is where we see the better results in our life, is when we're operating as our higher self. So just taking a moment to pause and ask the question is the first recommendation in building that relationship with your higher self and starting to be more how your higher self would operate in your life. And then you have the opportunity to choose to take that action yourself, because your higher self is you and you always have that choice to live more as your higher self. The second thing you can do is to build your relationship with your higher self through meditation. And in the Modern Mystery School, we teach a specific technique in building that relationship with your higher self in meditation, a technique that helps you shift your brainwave state to go beyond the mind chatter and really get into a deeper meditative state and connect with your higher self, which is you, in your meditation, in your sanctuary, your place of power. And this is something that is a huge tool, because in meditation you can connect with your higher self and ask questions, you can receive guidance, insight, And for me, this was a huge game changer because I had struggled with meditation before, and this technique really, I was able to shift into that deeper meditative state and really know like this is really meditating, because I felt the energy of it, and I was able to connect with my higher self and receive insight. And it was like, rather than trying to find answers from something outside of myself, I was able to connect into me, to my true self, and receive guidance. And that was invaluable, because our greatest knowledge, our greatest wisdom comes from within. And your higher self is going to be your best friend in giving you what you need to best support you in life and to really have that deeper insight. Because again, it's you. And so to connect to your own deeper inner knowing and wisdom is invaluable and can help guide you in life. And this is something that we teach in the Modern Mystery School. It starts in the Empower Thyself program, but it's something that if you would like to learn, reach out, because it's such a helpful tool. But the biggest thing, and this is number 3 that I'd like to share, is the path of initiation within the Mystery School. Because the path of initiation is really specialized in helping us move from taking this as a concept of my higher self as something outside of me, to really embodying and living as your higher self. And the process of initiation, it works with energy. It's an alchemical process that helps us heal on a deeper level and accelerate that process of really to know thyself, to come to understand who you are as spirit, beyond a concept to really having more of a direct experience of your infinite self, and learning tools that can help you, as you work with them, unfold that more for you. So it's opening a door, accelerating this process of really coming to know thyself in a deeper way, and giving you tools to build your relationship with your higher self. And through this process, it's a path that starts with the Empower Thyself program, but as far as you want to go, continuing to walk the path to come to know thyself is a journey, and to move more and more into embodying who you truly are, discovering more of your unique gifts and how you can share them with the world, having that clarity of purpose and that passion to live your life alive and to bring joy into your life and share that with others. That's what this path is all about. And that's something that starts with the Empower Thyself program. And I haven't seen anything else that is as effective as this path of initiation within the Modern Mystery School in really shifting that alchemy on a soul level. It's like an up level to go from a baseline that's here to take it up to a higher level of growth and transformation that is sustainable, that's ongoing. It's not just a momentary experience, but really steady transformation in upgrading to that higher perspective, living as your higher self in life. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more on how you can build your relationship with your higher self, I'd love to share these amazing tools with you. Click the link below where you can schedule a free strategy call, and we can discuss how these tools can support you and build your own custom plan. Thanks for watching. There's a fire